Now, rehoming mice, everybody. Now I've got to be going outside when it cools down a bit. Be wild babies, so these guys can have some more room. But the mice. Now I went 2 weeks or so before I had to clean, 3 weeks. And I thought, wow, could be scraping 4, but between 3 and 4, would say. And then Emma's sister popped around and come in, and you could only just smell it lightly, like your head's in a cage, like you go into a shed and it's had mice and you get this mouse smell. Every creature has a smell, right? And so that was the time to change it. As I was saying to her, we were just about to change some things around in here when it comes to cleaning out the cages, which they're all being cleaned ever since. The other one was just done yesterday, this one here. Take that out. But even with that, it's just a cage leftovers. You could breathe in here. Now I'm a person that hates smelly smells, including some of the people we know, and we have some in our family that have a lot of animals and they can have some sticky houses. Sometimes I don't go into houses because of me CF because of the smell and it's so strong, the stench and stuff like that. But these guys, they're all trucking along good. At the moment, they've all got some air filters. You can open it up. There's a difference between this one doesn't. When you open it, you'll smell it. It's like a little bit of their smell. But I know they've got some air and it's cleaned out, but they can get it within a day or two, or even the first day. But then when you open these ones with the air filters, they just... And when I changed them, you can even... The mice loved it. They just ran around. So we'll push it down on here. And I'll open up another one that's been pushed down. It's pushed forward. The plastic's pushed down. Got to get better tops on it. When you open it up, it's definitely after you change it for a day or two. It just still smells like sawdust. So the babies, they run around for days and even sat around here when I first done it and just breathed out. They were sniffing in the air going. I even did a video of it. So you always try to look after them. They're very low wattage. Don't take too much to look after the babies. And I have a whole step where you can make sure they don't breed and get that part and get some special gloves if you can when it comes to mice. I've got that by here so you can handle them without getting bitten or worried about any problems. But they're quite happy. They're nice and clean. They've been healing. Hey, Bubbas. Yeah. The wild ones. And once you sort that out, you only have to wait a few years and then whoosh, goes away. And farmers can set up certain areas to deal with their mice. A similar thing like this doesn't cost much. You don't need poisonings all the time. You can have a cage, you can recycle a cage, you can use these for ages. You can have a bigger one, of course, you make these bigger. And when you get a mice and trap them at the farm, you just go plug them in there. You have gloves, you can divide them. So you have two pens, you divide them up. If they have babies, I'm sure your kids or... you can get some volunteers to come in and sort out that for you. We can have government can fund a van that drives around with some volunteers that are into nature. It's very easy fixes and sort out problems like this without using poisons and stuff like that. But anyway, I've talked about it plenty of times, but everyone chooses the way they want to go when it comes to things like that. And you only need a little bit of funding. It wasn't too much to do that change. You do that?
And the APVMA, they are considering a request for certain pesticides and herbicides to call the bromadiolone to the bait. But the trouble with that bait is that it also does have secondary influences on.
Exactly.
It's 7-Eleven. All in, but it raises up and it's a big nice round hole where they can't jump back out. So
what I'm talking about?
It's one system
Trap
you can do. If you can't back out something,
have a good one.
you go through
later.
without the kick come through.
And I'll get onto things when I can. I'll do many different projects. And so I'm still swapping them. He's sitting here, it's not because I'm lazy, it's other things I've got to do. And sometimes I need a little bit of other resources like that. that I've got to wait for to go on to the next
So
step.
they weren't able to get out anyway.
And we have our health and our life, like all leaders do, and people out there, you know. So have a good one and see you later.
We're much done that.
But if you're in a position, the more important it is, and the more behind it is on certain things, you have to work harder. Definitely if it's a job of yours and you get paid. That's what we do. They're the ones who expect to work the hardest, isn't it? You get what you pay for, as they say. So have a good one and see you later.